But let's transition then into maybe just a little banter around the Calder contenders. Maybe next week we'll come in with actual like picks. But just looking at the odds right now, there are 5 players that they're clearly high on in Vegas. Can you name the 5? Who off the top of your dome? Who are the top 5?
Celebrini. Well, I think it's Michkov. I think I saw. Did I? Michkov, Celebrini, Stank.
There's 6.
Okay. Celebrini, Mitch. I don't know if I'm still here because you just.
Doesn't need to be in order.
Celebrini, Michkov, Gauthier. Did Lane Hutson end up in there?
He's number 6, and you got the top 3. You need 4 and 5.
Stankoven.
Yep, that was 4. 5 should be really easy.
By the way. Was it Askarov?
No, but you're close, and I'm actually shocked that you didn't get it.
Oh, was it Wallstat?
No, oh God, no, that'd be bad.
Yeah, that'd be something.
You've named 2 players from this team already.
Oh, Will Smith.
There we go.
Yeah, I think. I mean, my pick is absolutely Stankoven.
I'm sad at the number. I thought that he'd have a little bit better odds. He's 5-1. That's a bummer.
I mean, I will be hammering that.
Okay, but here's the odds as of today. 350 on Michkov, 450 on Celebrini, 500 on both Gauthier and Stankoven, 650 on Smith, 750 on Hutson. Usually in that kind of a group, you're going to see at least a little bit better odds on someone that's not in the top 2. But because coming in, I was like, oh, I'm going to hammer Stankoven. And I saw the 5-1. I'm like, I don't hate it. I just don't love it. It's not the Crosby 70-1 for the heart, you know?
Yeah, I thought that he would I mean, they're always going to lean towards the first overall pick or whatever, but yeah. I would have thought that Stankoven, I mean, he's played legit NHL games. He played in all of their playoff games and looked more than he was a big part of the team when he played. I think it was, what do you have, 15 regular season points, then another 8 or 9 in the playoffs, something like that. And they're going to be a good team. And he's going to score again. He's making that team out of camp for sure. He is going to be a big part of that team. And again, they're good. He's going to be he's going to be given even more of a role than he had. He played, I think his time on ice in the playoffs was higher than the regular season too. He's going to be a prominent part, at least in their top 9. And we saw how good he was. He's the only one with, I think, more than 10 games NHL, more than 10 NHL games. So I thought he would have been in my head, he was easily the favorite, but I know they're always going to go towards
Michkov,
the number 1 overall pick. That one was crazy to me.
Really?
I don't think so. Matvei Michkov, the kid with defensive issues playing for fucking John Tortorella. Yeah, I don't getting the team that they're not going to be sick.
So
he's going to get benched here and there.
Hang on. To be clear, if his coach wasn't John Tortorella, would you feel the same way?
Yeah, it's still going to be a big adjustment. He's an undersized winger that is predicated pretty highly on just elite offense, which is great, but it's still going to be an adjustment. Stankoven's a legit 2-way forward that puts up not the same level of offense, but incredible offense too. And played already in the NHL and looks like a fucking surefire NHL player, but also legit contributor, big part of the Dallas Stars, who are going to be one of the best teams in the NHL. So if that team's going to play, that's what's going to be interesting. The one thing that would go against Stankoven in that argument, I guess, would be how much, if they are as good as they were last year or whatever, is he gonna be in their like top 5 score? I don't know, but like especially when you have guys like Wyatt Johnson there and everything like that. But I still think he's gonna play a huge. I think he's gonna be very good. Like he's gonna have a great year. Michkov, like there's gonna be an adjustment period to start anyways. Plus, again, he's playing for John Tortorella. Like so, it's gonna be difficult. But was it Michkov that actually had the best odds?
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me though.
That's interesting. I don't know.
He's a year older. He's played pro hockey. Like we've seen Russians come from the KHL and have success. And it's a team that's like, don't get me wrong, like Philly's not a great team, but it's a better team than San Jose.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of where my head is at on it. Like if you put Celebrini on the Flyers, I'd be way more intrigued by Celebrini. It's just going to be a really tough year for a really bad team. And he's competing with Will Smith, which doesn't always really matter. But I mean, when's the last time we saw two guys from the same team? Has there been anyone since 2007? Because that's the last one I can remember where it was two guys on the same team.
Yeah, no, I can't think of one off the top of my head. But so, yeah, and that's what's interesting too. It's like the Flyers aren't going to be as good if Michkov has a really good rookie season. He's going to be among their top, if not their top scorer. You know what I mean? Right. So that's where it comes into play too. I still I just look at again, Stankoven's played legit NHL games, including playoff hockey, and produced. I would have had him as if I was. I mean, thank God I'm not doing it. But if I was making odds, again, in my head, the first the favorite would have been Stankoven. But it'll be interesting. It's fun. It's a very fun rookie class, though. They're studs. Yeah. And
so let's talk the group after
with Celebrini and Smith too, though. Celebrini's game in general, I think, just lends itself to the NHL more so than a guy like Will Smith. Anyway, I think Celebrini, the fact that he's a center, I'm assuming they'll play him at center, and his well-rounded game, the fact that there's an A and there's a B game, he can play really solid defensive hockey as a forward, but he also has that legit number one center offensive upside too. I think Will Smith will probably have a little bit more, or maybe even a lot more adjustment to the NHL side of things. But I mean, he also does have that ridiculous ceiling too, so it's always interesting.
Way better camp counseling too. But the next group, and we'll just go through people that are 40-1, because after that it gets dicier, which of course Jesper Wallstedt falls in that latter group. But the next 6, all right, so we got 6 and 6. We got starting at 24-1, Dustin Wolf. Then we go Maverick Bourque, Justus Anunen, Rutger McGroarty, Yaroslav Askarov, and Nikolai Kovalenko. Any of those names stand out to you as being I wouldn't mind sprinkling a little dart throw on this guy?
And I mean, just keeping with the Sharks, the Askarov one's interesting to me because again, we've seen him play really well in the AHL. He's been around forever. Not forever, but you know what I mean? There's a legit chance that a couple of games in, he's their starting goalie. And he's good. Again, we know what him and Wallstedt, those are the two guys. Dustin Wolf's also interesting because I think the Flames will be at least marginally better than the Sharks. I think they're not going to be great.
I'm actually not sure of that. I'm really unsure of the Flames this year for our preseason rankings. It's bad.
Yeah, I was because I mean the Sharks kept bringing in at least NHL caliber players, you know what I mean? So that's where it gets interesting. And Dustin Wolf's legit too. He's also been phenomenal for them in the AHL. So the goalie crop is also that could be its own little talking point where it's you've got guys like Askarov. Wallstedt's just gonna be there because it's but he's not gonna, unless he is just lights out, Fleury and Gustafson shit the bed like last year in the beginning, and then Wallstedt plays well enough where he's like, I guess that's our fucking starter now. That's his only path to like actually becoming like an actual like not favorite, but like in the running for the Calder or whatever. But even because the other one that's interesting, I'm assuming he's in the next group, would be a guy like Shelov's for Vancouver. I mean, we saw what he did in the playoffs. That's crazy to me.
If he is, he's very far down. Let me see if I can find him. No, dude, he doesn't even exist.
That's crazy because I mean, we saw him step in, and I'm pretty sure Demko's hurt to start the year. He's not. I don't think he's going to be healthy to start the year. And Shelov's, I don't think they signed anyone else.
Because I thought the same thing as you. I was very high on what Shelov's did. I thought it'd be an interesting one for like just a really high odds. Hey, if Demko doesn't come back soon enough, or if Shelov's takes over the role, like that'd be a fun one to ride out. But yeah, it's weird that he's not even on the list. But then you got guys like Demidov, Dvorsky, who like aren't even going to play this year.
Right. I mean, even there's a rookie goalie for Colorado too that might get some games too. I want to say that I've seen him at least in the mix to get games. And I mean, the goaltending in Colorado, you never know what the fuck you're gonna get with any of them. And like if a kid steps in and plays well right away, how do you say his name? God damn it. Something, it's like Olenin? Nah, whatever. But that kid probably is gonna make these. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, there it is. That was the one. Yeah, that was I was thinking of when the Kovalenko kid was the only Colorado player I was thinking of.
Gotcha.
But I still would have put like Shelov should be in that group with him because like again, I think he's got a legit chance because Demko is going to be hurt. I think to start the year, unless I'm like totally making that up. Like Shelov's very well may be their starter out the gate.
And Ryan Leonard has the same odds as Jesper Wallstedt, if that tells you anything.
So,
all right.
So it's very likely.
Like we'll have to come up with our top picks then for next week, or maybe. Oh, here's what we should do, Z. Let's draft teams. We both get 3 forwards, 2 defensemen, and a goalie, and whoever gets like more Calder votes between all of our guys wins.
I like that.
And all right, next week draft done. For Mateo, if Ogren gets the second line right wing job, how do you like his odds? Irrelevant because he won't get it.
I don't think they can. I don't think they can take any of them out of I know everyone's like, oh, like guys like Ogren, Height have a chance. I'm like, how the fuck do they have a chance to make it? Like they literally don't have the money. There's no money, literally no money.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. And I have to give Cosgrove a big thank you, shout out. He saved my fantasy team potentially tonight. I had to play McCaffrey's backup, so Cosgrove doing God's work per usual.